Welcome to another video here from Thailand. Today we're going to be looking at some hill streams and waterfalls in the eastern side of Thailand. Let's look at these beautiful waters and see what fish and aquatic plants we can find. Let's go. Welcome back. Today we are heading deep into the lush forests of eastern Thailand and exploring spectacular hill streams and waterfalls to uncover some truly fascinating freshwater inhabitants. From massive Mahseer Barbs to elusive wild Bettas, you don't want to miss out on this one. Our journey begins at an incredible waterfall. The location itself is something straight out of a dream. Powerful waterfalls with clear water, spraying mist that glows with the morning sun. This waterfall is famous for the Golden Mahseer Barb, scientifically known as Neolysachyllus soroides. These Golden Mahseer Barbs are a little different. They are smaller and thinner than they should be. But why is that? This waterfall has been a popular tourist destination for decades, and the visitors used to be able to feed the fish here. The extra food allowed their population to expand rapidly. However, recent conservation efforts prohibited fish feeding to restore their natural behavior and health. By this time, the population had already grown too large to sustain itself, so the Mahseer Barb suffered from malnutrition, leading to a dramatic population decline. Today, this population is still recovering from these changes. Just made it to location number 2, another hill stream in eastern Thailand. And this time I'm actually going to go in the water, see if I can find some different fish, maybe some lushes. Next up, a mountain stream known to host a wide variety of freshwater life. While at this time the species count wasn't that high, the clear water still revealed some fascinating finds. Here I found the Yellow Tail Brook Barb, Poropuntias deoratas, currently classified as endangered by the IUCN. Originally, fish from this waterfall were identified as Poropuntias normani. However, recent research revised the classification of a number of species from the Poropuntias genus, expanding the Poropuntias deoratas known range, which could potentially alter their endangered status. Yellow-tail brook barbs are small, streamlined fish perfectly adapted to the fast currents of upland streams. They feed on small insects and algae scraped from submerged rocks. And alongside them swam a few rhombic barbs, Barbodes rhombius, a stream dweller known for its distinctive rhombus-shaped spot. On the shallower areas of the stream are found Blue Danios. You might recognize these as they are a classic in the aquarium trade. Blue Danios are vibrant schooling fish easily recognized by their iridescent pearl-like sheen. They prefer oxygen-rich, flowing waters and are often found among submerged plants, where they feed on plankton and tiny aquatic insects. I'm now at location number 3. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I'm going to see what I can find here. I've heard there's Betta prima here, so that will be pretty interesting. Hopefully we can find some. Our third location promised something very exciting. Betta prima, a species I've been eager to showcase on the channel. I started from the top of the waterfall, where I encountered more Golden Mahseer Barbs. Eventually, I started heading downstream. The environment dramatically changed. At the base of the waterfall, there was a large pond with still water, which is a prime habitat for Betta species. The ecosystem here was vastly different. At the end of the waterfall, there's this reservoir you can see behind me, and here I found loads of fish. I found some Rasboras, some Gouramis, some barbs, and most importantly I found the Betta prima or prima, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Among the many species, I found the iconic Croaking Gouramis. It wouldn't be a Thai freshwater fish episode without some Croaking Gouramis. I also found a few dwarf tiger barbs, some red-tailed Rasboras, a couple 3-spot Gouramis, and a few Malayan leaf fish. However, the most abundant fish here was the Rasbora paviana, or side-striped Rasbora. They were literally everywhere. Aquatic plant life here was abundant, but dominated by invasive species. Here I found Luigia pseudoides from South America, and a variety of Amazon sword. Thankfully, there are some native species still left, like this Salvinia species, a type of floating fern. And finally, what we were looking for, Betta prima. At first, I only found females, so I had to keep looking. From the satellite imagery, I could see another pond deeper into the forest and away from the nature trails. So I made my way through the thick vegetation, and when I arrived, I could see that this pond was heavily stained with tannins and surrounded by dense forest. Here, I dare to say that Betta prima was very abundant. Just glancing over the water's edge, I could already see Bettas. It's not often that you can see a Betta species just like that. Here I found both males, females, and I think even perhaps a pair. Unfortunately, I didn't find any super brightly colored males, but it was still cool to find this species. To me, Betta prima, as seen in this video, it really resembles wild Betta splendens females that I've previously documented on this channel. So if you want to see that next, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel. Unlike Betta splendens, which are bubble nesters, Betta prima are mouth-brooding fish, and they incubate their eggs inside their own mouths. Our next stop was a beautiful stream nearby. Here I was able to find a few more species. Rasbora paviana was still the most abundant. Alongside them, I spotted a hard-lipped barb, a fish easily identified by its prominent lips, used for scraping algae from submerged surfaces. Some of them have a black stripe, while others have just a black spot. Here I also found Javaen barb, a first on the channel, easily recognized by its silver body with orange accents on its cheeks and fins. The aquatic vegetation here was also worth noting. Here I found what I believe is water sprite and another plant which I believe is Limnophilus sessiliflora, a very popular plant in the aquarium trade. Its presence indicates a healthy freshwater stream, and it offers important shelter and spawning grounds for the aquatic fauna. To show you how diverse these habitats can be, I visited another waterfall habitat on the island of Phuket, about 1,000 kilometers south from the other habitats we covered. Today I'm going to be looking at a waterfall ecosystem in southern Thailand on the island of Phuket. There's supposed to be some cool crabs and fish here. I already hiked up for about half an hour, that's why I look so sweaty and tired. I've actually been to a few other waterfalls in the region and I didn't find much. There's been a couple storms, everything is looking a bit muddy, so I didn't want to start recording before I'm sure I'll find something. So I've already seen some Blue Danios, some red waterfall crabs, some really cool, interesting stuff. So I'm going to keep hiking, get to the top, and then from there I'm going to start filming some of the wildlife for you. By the way, I'm carrying all of this up the mountain. I got my underwater housing, I got my massive tripod, I got the 600mm lens, the drone, everything. It's so heavy, that's why I'm looking so tired. Did you see that crab? Here's the problem with this trail. There's like no signs. The path is really like broken. And following this path is pretty decent, but there's no way of knowing if I'm going the right way. We were getting too far from the sound of the waterfall, so came back trying the other path. Restricted area, do not enter. Right, where's the waterfall? I've been walking for about an hour and I'm pretty much at the summit of this mountain, so I must have taken a wrong turn. This path looks a lot more like a real path, so I think we are on the right track now. See, this is actually paved, so it's got to be here. Yes. Before, I was all the way up there somehow, so yeah, I think this is it. Found the waterfall. Now it's time to start filming some of the wildlife. Actually, never mind, the path carries on, so maybe I'm not there yet. Is it even worth it? Should I just head back and film the crabs and the fish? But then, at the same time, coming all the way here not to see it. I don't know if you recognize this part from the previous clips. This is the area that says, you see at the bottom there, it says restricted area, guided trail only. So I came all the way around this other path just to end up in the same place. I've just been walking for so long. See this? Restricted area, guide only. That's where I was. Not even kidding, probably an hour ago. Okay, back at the beginning, sort of. Here's a portion of the waterfall. I'm gonna start filming some of the fish. Oh, mosquito. I'm gonna start filming some of the fish and then I'm gonna film some of the crabs. Can already see some of the Danios in here, so I'll start with that and then I'll move on to the crabs. Here I encountered a beautiful Blue Danio, or Danio Carey. They might look very familiar to the Pearl Danios from earlier, but Blue Danios have more of a bluish purple coloration with a greenish tail. In this place you can find the fascinating Phuket Waterfall Crab. These crabs have a beautiful red coloration and are specially adapted to the damp, rocky environments around waterfalls and streams, feeding primarily on decaying plant matter and smaller invertebrates. Honestly, these crabs were absolutely stunning and definitely worth the hike. Let me know if you would like to see more freshwater crabs featured on the channel. I think this might be the first one I've showcased. It's also worth noting that at this location I found plenty of Java Fern, Microsorum pterapus, an extremely popular plant in the aquarium hobby, and it's great to see it thriving in its natural habitat. Unlike in our aquariums, here it mostly grows immersed. Turns out there was a big waterfall 5 minutes away from the car park. So you don't have to hike 2 hours like I did, but if you're interested, it's a very nice trail, really beautiful, really pristine rainforest. So definitely bring some adequate shoes and some water. I didn't bring either, just some flip-flops and loads of cameras. But yeah, I think it was worth the 2-hour trail. It was really beautiful and we got some nice shots. Now I'm gonna make my way to the car park. Okay, so the place closes at 4. It's already 5, so I have to leave. I hope you enjoyed. But yeah, now I need to get out of here. See you on the next one. That concludes today's video. If you enjoyed uncovering these hidden habitats with me, don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned. There's much more on the horizon. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.